One night during the performance, I have accidentally wore one of the rings from wardrobe on my ring finger, and they let me know when I got off stage. I said, they're gonna think I'm married.
Jamal Roberts, the truth behind the man, the music, and the love he kept private. For years, Jamal Roberts has stood before audiences as a man completely devoted to his daughters. In interviews, on television, and from every stage he graced, he spoke openly about fatherhood, always with love, always with pride. But one thing he never mentioned? A romantic partner. He appeared to be a single dad raising his girls on his own, and that image of a strong, loving father moved millions. People connected with his quiet strength and admired his dedication. So when a photo recently surfaced of Jamal walking hand in hand with a woman, fans were stunned. The picture didn't look staged or for publicity. It looked real, two people, casually out and about, comfortable and laughing together. That simple image raised a big question: has Jamal been in a relationship this whole time? To understand why this quiet man chose to keep something so big out of the public eye, we need to go back. Before the lights, cameras, and sold-out shows, Jamal Roberts was just a regular man from a small town, singing gospel in his local church. Fame wasn't on his radar.
I was treated fairly on American Idol. I was kind of skeptical about it at first. I'm like, man, I don't know. I was like, ooh, I don't know. You just know TV. TV is TV. But they gave me a fair chance. They let me prove myself, and I didn't want anything easy. I wanted to work hard for it, and I just appreciate that opportunity.
In fact, if you asked anyone who knew him back then, they'd tell you he never cared for attention. Every Sunday, he'd take his spot at the front of the church, and when he sang, the room would go still. People said his voice was something special, not just beautiful, but full of feeling. They called it a gift from God. But Jamal never used his talent to chase fame. He wasn't active on social media, didn't try to network his way into the industry, and he certainly wasn't looking for a record deal in Los Angeles. He stayed rooted where he was, focused on faith, family, and his love for music. Everything shifted when he decided to audition for American Idol. It caught his community by surprise. He wasn't flashy or showy. He wasn't trying to impress. His audition was simple, just Jamal and his voice. And that was enough.
Protective and just making sure everything is everything.
When he sang, the judges weren't just impressed, they were moved. As the weeks passed, Jamal became a standout on the show. Each performance felt like a story from the heart. He didn't just sing songs, he shared pieces of himself. Behind every performance was a deeper narrative: Jamal as a father raising 3 daughters on his own. He talked about the joy and the struggles of being a parent. Viewers loved that he wasn't trying to fit into a mold. He wasn't playing a role. He was real, a man guided by faith and family. America embraced him. Votes poured in, and he made history with 24 million votes, the highest in American Idol history. Jamal wasn't just the winner, he became a symbol of strength and love. But as Jamal's name grew, curiosity followed. People wanted to know more.
No women I ever talked to come back and speak because there's nothing to talk about.
Specifically, was he really single? He had always said he was. In interviews, when asked about relationships, he'd smile and reply, "I'm focused on my girls." And everyone believed him. Why wouldn't they? His love for his daughters was so genuine. But when that photo surfaced, Jamal, hand in hand with a woman no one had seen before, everything changed. Fans weren't angry. They were curious. Who was she? Where had she been? Was Jamal keeping a whole relationship secret? Social media went wild. People zoomed in on the photo, analyzing their expressions, trying to guess who she was based on her clothes. It became a full-on online investigation. But surprisingly, there was no backlash. Instead, there was excitement. Fans who had watched him open his heart on TV now wanted to know the rest of the story. Soon, the truth came out. Sources close to Jamal confirmed the woman in the photo wasn't a new love interest. She wasn't someone who appeared after he won Idol. She had been there before the fame, long before the votes, the headlines, or the stage lights. She had stood by Jamal during his hardest days. Through long nights with the kids, through his doubts, his prayers, and his journey, she had been his quiet support. And the reason he never mentioned her? she asked him not to. She didn't want the spotlight. She wasn't interested in followers or fame. She just wanted their love to stay private. And Jamal respected that. Their decision to keep their relationship off the radar wasn't about secrecy, it was about protecting something important.
Don't believe the hype, whatever it is on social media. If I didn't say it, it ain't true. Just a down-to-earth country guy. Love my kids, I'm a family man, and I'm here to sing and make everybody feel better. So just keep following me on this journey, and we're gonna do the best we can and just make it to the top.
And once fans understood that, they weren't just okay with it, they celebrated it. The reactions were beautiful. Comments poured in, saying things like, "He gave us music for the soul, now he's giving us a love story that warms the heart." Another person wrote, "In a world full of noise and fame chasing, he chose to protect what mattered most." Many praised him for keeping his relationship sacred rather than turning it into a public show. And there's more. Jamal and his longtime partner are now planning to get married. But just like everything else they've done, they're keeping it simple and meaningful. According to insiders, the couple is preparing a quiet wedding, surrounded only by close friends, family, and their faith. No media, no press, no cameras. Just love. To Jamal, this moment is too special to be shared with the world. After all he's been through, he knows how public attention can complicate personal life. So, he's choosing to hold this part close to his heart. But that's not the only thing happening behind the scenes. Jamal is also back in the studio, working on a new gospel album. This one is different. It's not just about creating songs, it's about telling the story of everything he's lived through. From the quiet pain to the private victories, from being a father to finding lasting love, it's all going into his music. The album will reflect his journey, his faith, and the deep joy he's found in his family. For Jamal, this isn't just another project. It's ministry. And fans who've followed him from the church pews to the idol stage know that when Jamal sings, it's not a performance, it's healing. So, no, this isn't the end of Jamal's story. It's a new beginning. In a world that often values noise, hype, and attention, Jamal chose peace, privacy, and purpose. And that's exactly why his fans continue to stand by him. What do you think? Was Jamal right to keep his love story private all this time? Or do you think he should have shared it earlier? Let us know how you feel and if you're as excited as we are for what's next in his journey. And there you have it, the full story behind Jamal Roberts, not just the artist, but the man, the father, and now, the partner. From singing gospel in a quiet hometown church to standing under the bright lights of American Idol, he's walked a path most of us can only imagine. But through it all, Jamal remained grounded. He never lost sight of what truly mattered, his daughters, his faith, and the love he chose to protect rather than publicize. Now that the world finally knows about the woman who's been standing beside him all this time, it feels less like a reveal and more like a celebration. And honestly, it's refreshing. We live in a world where personal lives are constantly being shared, posted, and picked apart. But Jamal reminded us that real love doesn't need a stage. It just needs patience, trust, and mutual respect. Think about it, he had every opportunity to turn this into a headline, a moment, a clickable story. But instead, he waited. Not because he was hiding, but because he was honoring the boundaries of someone he loves. That's not just romantic, it's rare. And that kind of maturity, especially in today's entertainment world, deserves some real appreciation. And let's talk about the way people responded. The love, the excitement, the joy pouring in from fans that says everything. No one felt betrayed. No one felt misled. Instead, people felt inspired. Inspired by a man who didn't need to broadcast his relationship to prove it was real. A man who knew that protecting his peace was more valuable than promoting his status. Now, with wedding plans quietly underway and a new gospel album in progress, Jamal is entering a brand new chapter, one that feels even more powerful than before. Not because of the spotlight, not because of the fame, but because of the authenticity he continues to walk in. And that's something people connect with deeply. Whether you followed him since his church days or just discovered him through American Idol, you can't deny this: Jamal Roberts is the real deal. He's a man who shows us that faith still matters. That fatherhood can be celebrated. That love doesn't have to be loud to be strong. And that even in a world full of noise, sometimes the quietest stories are the ones that move us the most. So now, we want to hear from you. What did you think about Jamal's love story finally coming to light? Do you think he made the right choice keeping it private all this time? Or would you have wanted to see more of it earlier in his journey? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. We seriously love hearing your takes. And hey, if you felt something during this video, whether it made you smile, reflect, or even tear up a bit, go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss more stories like this one. Because here, we're all about real stories, real people, and the moments that remind us of what really matters. Until next time, remember, fame fades, but authenticity lasts. Keep choosing what's real. And hey, if you felt something during this video, whether it made you smile, reflect, or even tear up a bit, go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss more stories like this one. Because here, we're all about real stories, real people, and the moments that remind us of what really matters. Until next time, remember, fame fades, but authenticity lasts. Keep choosing what's real.